Greenville's proposed zoning code is set to happen this Thursday. This will be the first update the code has had in more than 20 years.
One of the major changes would allow accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, in residential areas of the city, but would prevent short-term rentals. Carlos Flores spoke with lawmakers about the potential bill that would go against this policy. Carlos.
Now, if passed as is, in order for people to make money off an accessory dwelling unit, guests would have to stay for a minimum of 30 days. Many in the short-term rental space believe it is limiting the potential for property can have to supplement someone's income. Some state lawmakers believe it's time for the state to step in. South Carolina is growing and fast.
Whether it be the mountains or the coast, we spend a lot of money enticing people to come to this state and vacation here, spend a week or two, purchase property here, invest in the state.
And with that growth, Renee Chastain with Westbrook Hospitality and Design says short-term rentals can have an impact.
There's such a need that's not being met by a traditional hotel that we really bring to the area and bring to the economy.
But under the city's updated proposed zoning code, only long-term rentals will be allowed in residential areas. Chastain believes the code changes goes against the South Carolina Landlord-Tenant Act.
That act actually has a provision for week-to-week tenancy. It's in there as a type of lease you can sign. So the fact that the city is not allowing us to have, an Airbnb or even have someone stay for a week at a time, when that is a residential lease option, to me doesn't seem to fit with that act.
Representatives Lee Hewitt and Roger Kirby are sponsors of House Bill 3253, a bill that would prohibit any bans on short-term rentals by local municipalities. If a city or county decides to implement a restriction, the bill would not allow property taxes to be collected at 6%, but rather at 4%.
If you as a town or a city want to limit it, you have the right to do that, but at the same time, you don't need to be charging a man 6% commercial rate on a property that you're not allowing them, to utilize.
Greenville Councilwoman Dorothy Dow says council is unified in the idea of not having short-term rentals in residential areas.
It's very important to us to protect our neighborhoods. We have ample places for people to stay. Should they be visiting here in the downtown area, we have ample supply of hotel space, and we do allow Airbnbs in the CBD, the Central Business District.
Now, Dow would later tell me that they, as a city council, know what's best for their constituents and that they have heard time and time again people do not want short-term rentals in residential areas. The bill is currently in committee.